My name is William Knight. I'm the Deputy Director of the London Design Festival. I've been very involved in helping the V&A partnership develop a range of installations and activities. The intention is to make sure that people can get their hands on the ability to design using computers and interacting with digital activity, be it in a physical sense, in terms of interaction, but also in terms of being able to contribute to a wider body of work which is online and available around the world.
I'm Neil Mendoza.
Hey, Anthony Go.
This is a piece we've made called Escape.
The idea of the piece is to repurpose a load of kind of broken old mobile phones as something a bit more interesting and beautiful, taking the idea of the sounds and the movement of birds and creating a kind of installation that reflects that.
Hi, I am Tina Beck. I'm an artist and I got a spotlight showing here at the Sackle Centre V&A. It's called Catch Me Now and it's on the floor. It's a playful spotlight that roams around on its own, and it's a small spotlight, and when you jump into it, into the middle, it opens up. It immediately moves away and you've got to go and catch it. The outcome is a very playful, colourful spotlight that roams around and lives here at the V&A space. So this is an opportunity for people to come in and do their own light drawings. Light drawings is a fun, simple, participatory art form that most people can do right away, so it is very accessible, it's very playful, and that's some of the things I'm interested in as an artist. So you can see some of the samples of previous light drawings that people have done, and we use these fabulous little LEDs, and people can mix the colours even with these LEDs. And basically a light drawing is you in front of the camera with your family or a group, and you're drawing with light and the camera will trace it. It's a very simple technique, it's very playful, and you get some great results.
My name is Daniel Soltis and I'm an interaction designer at Tinker London. And pretty much for this weekend I decided instead of bringing a project that was completed, I would just sort of start with an idea and build something over the course of 2 days. I had this sort of vague idea that I wanted to do something around interactive storytelling and like finding ways to get through a story, like following different branching pathways. So yesterday I built this little Lego car thing that detects sort of areas that it stands over. So as you drive the car around, it'll send the information about where it is back to the computer. And now this afternoon I've been working on writing up some code to sort of follow that stream of information to turn that into a bit of a narrative story.
Hi, I'm Joel Gethin-Lewis. I'd like to introduce you to the Open Frameworks Lab. It's the second time we've done an OFA lab at the V&A, and it's going from strength to strength. We're really excited about the possibilities of using open source. Over here you can see some audio responsive software. Now the idea here is to start thinking about what could a sound look like. It's kind of a theoretical problem, but what we've got here is some visualizations that work with the idea of taking a sound and transforming it into a graphical output. We're also working on a variety of different platforms, not just laptops. We've got the iPad working here as well. And then we've also got this piece here, which is dealing with computer vision. So we're trying to work out exactly how people's silhouettes work in the real world and then taking that into a computer system. So you can see here we've got a physical simulation on, and these two girls are having a great time exploring it. If you can make an interaction that someone enjoys and wants to play with instantly at this kind of environment, who could ask for more? And you can see how many people are interacting with us.
my name's Tom Schofield. I'm an artist and I work with technology. And I'm here today basically to show some of the projects I've been working on. The main one is this, it's called Sticking Point, and this was in an exhibition in Newcastle. And basically it's a visualization of constitution texts. So what I did was I looked at the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is the UN Charter for Human Rights. And I'm interested in it basically because it's an attempt to define a baseline for human morality. So like, what's the fundamental nature of respect, for example. I think it's great to introduce the public to work of this kind, because it's, a lot of it's quite new, using programming, electronics, that kind of thing. Data visualization is a fairly new area and not one that maybe most people are familiar with. And so I think for the V&A to host an event like this is, it's a really good way for the public to engage with this kind of work.
Hello, I'm Davide, and we are here in the digital labs for the V&A. What we do here, we are showing a site that we made that allows people to program inside a website, so without needing anything else, just to play with the website. So in this case, from an orange ball, we came into a green, kind of a furry green ball. And then you can save it, and anyone at this point can see the sketch and change it and make the version that is based on your version. So it's a collaborative effort of creating programs together.
Hi, we are Olga Panadic and Vincent van Uffelen, and we are presenting today deep media research, or deep media ecologies. Our first prototype, which is here at the front of it, opens a new communication channel between bodies by measuring the galvanic skin response, which is the resistance of the skin, and transmitting it to an actuator, which is a vibrating tube. Our second prototype takes the notion of the first one and tries to add more information and more complexity to it. It makes more measurements, and it will map the measurements on a three-dimensional surface, which will change according to the measured data.
My name is Matthew Applegate. I go in the name of Pixel Hate, and I make instruments of all kinds, software or hardware based. And what we have here is a selection of toys from a project I did called Childhood Remixed. And that was looking at some of the toys I had as a child and seeing what skills as an adult I could add to them, like circuit bending or electronics. And it's all based around the child psychologist Winnicott, who kind of suggested that children's toys are transitional objects that kids learn about the world from. So I thought it would be good to kind of fold back on that kind of learning process, go back to some of the toys that inspired me to make music and add new components to it to see what I could do with that. Probably the highlight of my day was a very small child was playing it and wanted to turn it up very, very loudly, and I was a bit kind of cautious, because it was really, really loud. But her mother said, "Oh no, she's deaf, and she needs it to be that loud to be able to pick up." So we turned it up really, really loudly, and added a lot of bass to it, so she could actually feel the sounds coming out of the speakers. So that was pretty cool.